What inspires change? What motivates us? It's what's inside that moves us. What moves you? Get the Scion story at scion.com.
Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz told PNC last week that he received information from an anonymous leader within the tourism industry that at least a dozen hotels weren't paying their hotel occupancy taxes. He then made a Freedom of Information Act request to the Department of REV TAX to find out if this was indeed true, but REV TAX responded by asking for more time.
My staff has asked me if we can continue the reconciliation process to determine really what's being really owed.
REV TAX Director John Camacho blamed problems with their point-of-sale system at DRT, saying that system hasn't been working since November of 2011. But Vice Speaker Cruz wasn't really buying this, as he was able to obtain a list from the Department of Administration Division of Accounts that he presented at today's oversight hearing. And this list shows that out of the 47 hotels who are supposed to be paying hotel occupancy taxes, 18 of them are not.
But I invite you to look at that list and count for me the number of blank lines that you have of the 47.
It looks like there's about 19 or 17.
Correct. Well, 18. How difficult can it be to follow whether or not 47 hotels are current in their payment? And when I look at this, for at least for the entire fiscal year, all 3 quarters, these 18 concerns have not paid anything for the year.
What I can do is probably work with DOA and look at how they arrive at these numbers. Then we can compare it to our records. Remember, our records.
I'm telling you that if you look at the last line on page 3, it shows that they have collected almost $21 million, which is the tracking report that you have been sending out from special revenues. Mm-hmm. It matches.
Camacho told lawmakers that this was the first time that he had seen this report and had no knowledge that there were any hotels who weren't paying their hotel occupancy taxes.
Why would they prepare this document and not provide it to you? Or why would they prepare this document and you not be aware of it?
I'm not too sure, Mr. Vice Speaker, but it's the first time I've seen this document. I'll look into it.
These aren't the only receivables or unpaid taxes that lawmakers question today. Senator Mike Nicholas brought up the fact that there are still about $117 million in receivables or owed taxes. He also pointed out that there are $27 million in abated taxes.
What I don't want to see is all of us scrambling to try and figure out how to make a depressed budget projection work. Depressed because BBMR is basing it only on postings, only to come to find out that somebody's going to announce a massive surplus a year from now and pay out rebates and just hand out money like it's Christmas because it's an election year. You know, we have so many obligations in the government, and for us to have 117 million in receivables plus another 27 million over the last 9 months that we've abated, that's a lot of money that could have gone to a lot of obligations.
So Nicholas even went as far as questioning whether or not this was all part of a GovGuam scheme.
It doesn't take a lot of effort to reach out to select businesses and say, go ahead and hold on from paying your taxes now, but pay it 6 months from now. We'll waive it, we'll abate it, and I either get it as campaign contributions or it gets paid into the general funds like it has tax refunds.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry, but what are you implying? That we have the ability to do that? And that's what the governor's, that's what it appears to you, correct? But at the budget level, isn't it actual? You can't say that we're planning this or this is how we want it to be because we want to see that lump sum later on.